Yo, what up? Toshi here. With the Hunt characters being as strong as they currently are, in a few days they will become even stronger. Erudition and mains, don't worry, I got you covered in a future video. But today we must talk about the elephant in the room, Silverwolf. Now, what if I told you every single Hunt character now has a potential team comp variant including Silverwolf? You see, with Silverwolf being a single target debuffer, you're going to get most value out of the character by using her with other single target characters. And the class that pretty much represents that to a T is going to be the Hunt category. Now, in the previous video, we did talk about how niche characters are in Honkai Star Rail. Yangqing, who is also a part of the Honkai universe, being a 5-star single target DPS of the ice element, that's pretty niche like Seal would be in her case, right? And with no surprise, if you have not watched the video, I suggest you watch it. But for a quick TLDR for those that have not, 4 stars and 5 stars seems like there's going to be different types of elements, different types of variants for each specific class. Let me explain. So we currently have Serval 4 star and we currently have Jing Wang 5 star. These two characters both fill in the same niche, which is going to be lightning AoE damage dealers. Long term, Hoya would seek benefit and having characters that are very niche and specific in what they do. With Himiko being a 5-star AoE DPS of the fire element, there isn't any free-to-play alternative to the character. So in order to unlock Himiko, you're going to have to depend on getting her in the gacha, whether that is your beginner banner, the standard banner, or your limited banner pity, which I forbid. Now let me explain to you why that matters. You see, we have two characters that kind of fill the same role. You could argue March 7th has more value than Jeopard in certain situations, just like the Clara main DPS team. But in other situations, you look to get the same value out of both characters. And Jeopard being an AoE team shielder, while March 7th being a single target shielder. March 7th being the free-to-play option, and Jeopard being the premium gacha option. Now, why does any of that matter? Well, you see, with Silverwolf being the way she is and how her kit functions, very quick TLDR on the character if you don't know what she already does, but she puts a random weakness from your team onto the enemy. That is going to be very valuable for teams going forward, especially single target DPS teams. Now, what if I told you every single Hunt DPS character being put into a team comp with Silverwolf means one of two things? Is going to be a mono team featuring Silverwolf, or is going to be a hyper carry team featuring Silverwolf and Bronya, which we'll probably cover in a different video. Now, that being said, we currently don't have characters to fill in the roles we would need in order for a team with Den Heng to work with Silverwolf as well as it should. Now, you can still put the character with Den Heng, but you're not going to get as much value as you would later on. Let me explain. You see, the team we can currently only really get much value out of with Silverwolf being in a mono team is going to be a ice team featuring Yangqing as the main DPS and March 7th being the free-to-play alternative to Jeopard. And then the third slot would be Pela, who is going to work really well with Yangqing and Silverwolf, and then Silverwolf would be the last character. Now, if you have all three of these ice characters in the same party with Silverwolf, you'll have a 75% chance of landing that weakness on the enemy. And that is only if your Silverwolf didn't already have quantum weakness on the enemy. Now, we all know that mono quantum is going to be really good with Silverwolf when more quantum characters come into the future. Just like Fuwan, who is probably going to be best in this mono quantum team. And then another character I'm sure coming to the new future that will maybe enrich all of these characters combined, because this probably will be a very skill point hungry team. Because as you all know, Seal is a character that takes up many of your skill points, if not all of them. So what if we have a mono physical team featuring Su Sheng, Natasha, Clara, maybe some tank character, and then we have the fourth slot being Silverwolf. You see, Silverwolf allows that team to excel pretty well. Let me explain to you why. Whenever you use Clara, you want the enemy to focus down on hitting Clara specifically, with Clara having higher taunt values than other characters in the game, and this chance is greatly increased because of her ultimate. You see, Su Sheng has a lower chance of being hit if the character is less than 50% HP. And if we're running the triple physical team and we have Silverwolf being the sole quantum option in the team, then she's going to have another 75% chance to land that physical weakness on the enemy, only if she didn't already have quantum weakness on that enemy. And last but not least, we have a team with Den Heng. You see, Den Heng is a very interesting character because he works extremely well with Bronya, which is going to be a very important character we'll cover later on. But all you really need to know is that a team with Den Heng and Bronya having Silverwolf as the last option, all you really need in this team comp is going to be a healer, or shielder at that. You just need a defensive option. And then you would effectively have a mono win team with Silverwolf, allowing there to be a 75% chance to put the win weakness on the enemy, only if there isn't already quantum weakness on said enemy. Now one could argue, well Toshi, maybe this is going to be an extremely skill point hungry team comp setup you have with Silverwolf going on. It really comes down to not using Silverwolf's elemental skill every single turn. You really just want to apply the weakness and the defense down debuffs on the enemy, and then once you get those down, let's say you are using Den Heng, you already have a slow in the enemy because Den Heng puts the slow with his elemental skill. So you don't really have to look at getting that debuff from Silverwolf to put onto the enemy because Den Heng would have done it himself. Now lastly, I want to reassure you, you see, there is 3 elements currently missing from the hunt category. We don't have a fire hunt DPS, we don't have a lightning hunt DPS, and we don't have an imaginary hunt DPS. You see, with those characters coming into the future, I'm sure of it, they will be a crucial part into having a team comp featuring Silverwolf. Now, in the future video, we do go over Silverwolf and Bronya, we go over that composition, and we do talk about both characters in and out. We'll also explain how they can essentially be future-proof going forward. I know we didn't really do justice for every single hunt DPS character in the previous video, so this would be a follow-up video because I feel a little guilty. I did say Sil was going to be the best option with Silverwolf, and I still stand by that. Well, currently, I think Seal is going to be the best option to use with Silverwolf for now. As we get more options and more characters along the way, that will change. And hopefully in this video, I gave you a thorough explanation. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Lastly, please do let me know if you like the way the newest videos have been structured. I've been really trying hard to change the content, shifted a little bit, and this is kind of something I really enjoy, and it seems like all of you are also starting to enjoy the same content. I do stream daily on Twitch, twitch.tv/Toshio. The link will be in the description. So I do understand that most people that play Honkai Star are going to be free to play. Now, Silverwolf is a character that probably will have a rerun in the future. I don't want this video to kind of shift your gears into a way to where you want to summon for the character. If you want to get the character right, if you genuinely enjoy how the character looks, if you genuinely enjoy how the character plays, right, if she fits your playstyle, then go for the character. I think she's going to be a very fun character at that. She provides a lot of value for every single hunt DPS character, so it's not just like you would need Seal in order to make her work. You can make her work with any DPS character of the hunt category, and maybe even Jing Wang. We'll just have to wait and see. With that being said, don't break the bank for her, right? Just don't. She'll have a rerun in the future, and I don't want anyone to, get a gambling addiction. Thank you for watching, and have a nice rest of your day. Peace.